Hi hermits of YouTube, it's your bun Harley. We're back with a brand new episode today. This time we'll be picking up where we left off with Windbloom, picking up the story. Last time we were helping Sucrose and Collei figure out this prophecy that they mysteriously found, enlisting the help of all of our friends from the Mondstadt gang to the Sumeru gang in order to figure this out. We also met Scala, an NPC from Snezhnaya, and she seems a little bit suspicious. Later in this episode we'll also be tackling some of the mini games from this event, so let's get going. Your friends have promised to provide clues and new ideas to solve the riddle. Expectantly wait at the agreed upon time, planning to convene and go over all you have learned with Sucrose.
It's time! It's time! Let's go meet Sucrose and Collei at the crafting bench! Hey, we're here! Traveler, Paimon, great timing. We got a lot of letters in the mailbox, and I just finished sorting them into 4 groups. Nice work! Well, the real work hasn't even started yet. Which batch of letters should we read through first?
Read letters about a flower that is not of this world. About the flower that is not of this world. Read Tignari's letter. After our conversation the other day, I went over the prophecy's wording carefully. A flower that is not of this world sounds more like a logical paradox. Think about it. If a flower is not of this world, its existence cannot be perceived. However, if it can be perceived, it will not fit the description of the prophecy. As such, my view is that the riddle's answer doesn't have to be a real plant. However, I must also note, with all due respect, that the person who came up with this riddle may not know all the plants in the world, and I dare say that no one could make such a claim. From this perspective, you could even think of some rare plants as potential candidates for the answer. Attached is a list of rare plant species. I've added a short description to each entry, and I hope you can find your answer within them. Best wishes to you, Tignari. Albedo's letter. A flower that is not of this world doesn't sound like an existing species or something created through specialized cultivation techniques. With that noted, I believe we should think out of the box. After reviewing what I've learned over the years, I have now reached a conclusion. Sucrose also came to discuss her thoughts with me. She hasn't yet decided on an answer at the moment of me writing this letter, so I won't be revealing my own conclusion right now. We can discuss it in detail when we meet, and I hope everyone else will bring their respective answers too. I'll see you then, Albedo. So, just no response. Sucrose's letter. It feels strange to insert a letter into the mailbox that I made myself, but I did find my answer. At first, I thought that a flower created using alchemy would constitute one that is not of this world, according to the prophecy. But after giving it some more thought, I realized that instead of creating an actual plant, a flower-shaped mechanism made of alchemical products might fit the description better. So I arrived at my conclusion, a clock in the shape of a flower. The long passage of life brushes past the timepiece, leaving fluttering petals in its wake. The elapsing years stir up the leaves, pushing the needle of time forward. Sucrose. Aww. Read letters about a guide who will never get lost. Read Mona's letter. No one can confidently say that they will never get lost, but as long as their wish to guide and help others does not waver, they will become a ship that can traverse the waves eternally. I didn't perform any divination before writing this letter, but I have a feeling that I will witness the truth behind the prophecy together with you all. So if you need me, just call on me at my place. I'll be there. Mona. Read Bennett's letter. I've been thinking about this for a long time. Before you came to me with this prophecy, it never even crossed my mind that I could be a part of this. Well, as you all know, I'm probably the last person you'd think of when it comes to guiding others. I still have a long way to go, and I'm still trying to figure out how to peacefully coexist with everything in this world. But if you're asking me about who can be of help, my friend Fischl and her friend Mona the astrologist are both very knowledgeable and brave. I'd say they're probably the ones you're looking for. Oh yeah, we haven't seen Fischl yet. And that's my answer. Wishing you all good luck, Bennett. Guide is too grand a title for me, but I'd love to be everyone's friend. It's something I think I'm good at, and I'm an attentive listener, so do let me know when you feel lost. To use an analogy, I'm like a torch out in the wild that will help illuminate everyone's path so long as it continues to burn bright. Everything written below is not meant for Collei. Dear Collei, if you're reading this, please turn away. Aw. I've been worried about Collei lately. She's recovered from the illness, but she still doesn't look all that cheerful. It feels like she still has things she can't let go of. I mean, she does have PTSD. Allow me to write down my wish here. I hope that Collei can uncover the secret behind the prophecy and find her happiness. Wherever she is and whoever she becomes, I'll always be her friend, no matter what. We're not the savior and the saved, but simply good friends. Amber. Aww, that's a really nice sentiment, actually. We're not the savior and the saved, but simply good friends. Mika's letter. I hope this letter finds you all well. I didn't expect to be asked such a question, which caused quite a headache at first. I only know how to guide people in the geological sense, but on the journey of life, I'm still the lost kid who needs the guidance of others. But upon seeing your question, I immediately knew what I could help with. I tried drawing a map showing vegetation distribution for Mr. Tignari and Ms. Collei, as well as a dragon spotting calendar for Mr. Sino. Both are attached below. In the next few days, I will need to patrol with the captain and draw maps for Ms. Lisa, so I can only support you with my well wishes. My apologies. Please forgive me. I hope the map and the list will be of some help to you. Mika. Read letters about one who would never lie. You are correct to assume— this is Sino's letter. You are correct to assume that I seldom lie. This has to do with my upbringing. As a desert dweller who has been living within the academia since my childhood, my unusual identity makes it hard for others to trust me, and it would have been harder still if I was not honest. As a result, I learned to talk less and speak no more than what is necessary. Uncovering the secret behind the prophecy may come with its perils. If you need someone who would never lie, I can join you. Sino. Read Rosario's letter. I must make one thing clear first. I am not someone who would never lie. After hearing your question, I thought about many things in the past in earnest and recalled many occasions upon which I lied. I often make up excuses to avoid choir practice. I also tell white lies too, sometimes to make myself happy, and other times to allow myself to give up on some struggles. The nicest lie I've ever come up with is the one I told Varka, that I didn't want to stay in Mondstadt. Varka responded with another lie, and that was his advice to me. Your current abilities are not suited to life beyond Mondstadt's borders. I can't be the answer to this question, but I suggest that you consider what never lying actually means. Does it mean to never deceive, or to never lie with ill intent? It's a pity that I'm not the one you're looking for, but I believe that someone who meets the requirements will turn up. Good luck, Rosaria. Read Razor's letter. I asked my teacher Lisa to write this letter. It's much better than the ones I wrote. Many thanks. I don't lie. I trust you. Come to me when you need me. I will always be there for you. Razor. Excellent. Read letters about a legend that never ends. Read Lisa's letter. Legends were created by humans. In that sense, no legend endures forever, and all stories must end in regret someday. But as long as a good story lives in people's hearts, it does in some way live on forever. That's the conclusion I've come to after years of reading anyway. Best of luck, little cuties. Lisa. Read Clee's letter. Mum writes travel guides, but she did have friends who wrote fairy tales, so Clee's heard that a story its author spends their whole life writing will always be a good one. Clee. So hexenzirkel, people writing fairy tales. And fairy tales are the truth of this world that evade Irminsul. Read Collei's letter. I think a legend that never ends should be a story filled with hopes and dreams. It works like a baton that's passed on from one person to the next, offering something meaningful to everyone it touches. I was once greatly encouraged by such stories, so I think I'll be going with this answer. Collei.
Let me quickly summarize what we found out about a flower that is not of this world. Tainari believes that on closer examination it might be logically paradoxal, while Albedo says that his answer would be better discussed at length in person. As for my answer, I think a clock in the shape of a flower would constitute one that is not of this world.
Here's what we've gathered regarding a guide who will never get lost.
Nice.
Mona said that she'd like to join us in uncovering the secret behind the prophecy, while Bennett suggests Fischl, Mona, or the Traveler as potential candidates. Mika didn't submit much, but he did draw a vegetation map for Master Tainari and wrote up a dragon spotting calendar for Cyno. Amber also wrote in. She said that she sees herself as nobody's guide, but everybody's friend.
As for one who would never lie, Rosaria removed herself from consideration, but both Razor and Cyno are willing to support us in our search. Timaeus seems to have forgotten to write to us.
And finally, this is what we've gathered on a legend that never ends. Klee said that her mom has a number of friends who like to write storybooks. Lisa believes that legends live forever in people's hearts. I think that for a legend to be never-ending, it has to be filled with hopes and dreams, and actively passed from one person to the next.
So, what are the answers to the 4 riddles then?
You're really smart, Paimon. I bet you can figure it all out in no time.
Or, let's all share our thoughts on what we think the answers might be.
Wait! Wait for me!
Oh, Timaeus! What brings you here?
I'm sorry, I really am. The time just got away from me and I didn't get around to writing that letter. However, I'm happy to announce that I think I can be the one who would never lie.
Huh? This is kinda sudden. Not that we don't trust you, Timaeus, but, could you elaborate a little after you catch your breath?
Of course, of course. Do you still remember the time I, collaborated with a certain Miss Ying-ar?
I remember this from... It was a potion event from when it was pretty close to when I first started playing. Rings a bell.
Well, basically, she helped me out a lot with my research into potion making once, and, well, we've stayed in touch through letters ever since.
Wait, so Ying-ar is the girl from Liyue that Sucrose mentioned earlier? We always assumed you were hard at work every time we saw you at the crafting bench. So you've just been writing letters to Ying-ar the whole time?
No, I mean, not all the time. I've done some work too. And anyway, our correspondence covers a lot of serious topics, like perfumes, potions, alchemy. Anyway, a few months ago, I made a vow to the heavens that I will be true to myself and never utter an insincere word until the day that I've managed to win Miss Ying-ar's heart.
And then after I win her heart, then I'm gonna lie all the time.
Cliff, you were picking Cecilia's as a gift for Ying-ar?
Well, that's right. The Cecilia flower is said to represent a once wayward heart transformed by the power of love. I couldn't think of a better flower to give than that. I know full well that Miss Ying-ar is far more knowledgeable than I in both the ways of the world and the ways of our craft, but I thought I should make the effort for once and put myself out there. Which brings me to the subject of the last few days and the Windbloom Festival. I thought it was time for me to invite Miss Ying-ar to Mondstadt. But yesterday, Albedo told me that Sucrose has been working hard to help another girl achieve her dream.
Huh?
Ayo.
And when I went to take a look at our roster, I saw that she'd done my remaining work for me.
Aw. Hi, babe.
I feel
How are you?
incredibly guilty. I've been spending all of my time in my own fantasy world while everyone else has been bending over backwards to help other people. How could I ever hope to be worthy of Miss Ying-ar's love if I'm so selfish?
Oh, Timaeus.
And that's why I've decided to join you.
But then what about Ying-ar?
Elgo?
Yeah. Haven't you been planning this for over a month now?
I love you.
You said you were gonna invite her to Mondstadt.
Thank you for the sub for 8
Well,
months.
yes, I did mention in my letters that I'd like her to visit, which is why I just sent her another gift with my hand-picked Windblooms, along with a handwritten letter. I explained that a matter of great importance has presented itself to which I must devote my full attention for the time being. As soon as it's resolved, I'll make haste to Liyue to pick her up in person. I made sure to package the gift and letter with the greatest care. All I can do now is hope that she'll understand. Point being, please know that I sincerely want to support you in this endeavor.
Hello.
Plus, I think I'm an honest person. As far as I recall, I don't think I've told a single lie in my life.
Well, you certainly convinced Paimon with that speech. Don't worry, Timaeus. We won't let your determination go to waste.
So why did he have to
Thank
promise
you,
that he would not
Timaeus.
lie if he never lied anyway?
Thank you, everyone.
Sus.
I promise to do everything I can to help.
Okay, so it looks like we found our one who would never lie.
Great! Let's keep it up. On to the other three.
After some discussion, the group decides on a final pick for each part of the prophecy. Everyone gathers in front of the crafting
Paimon will
bench.
do the honors. Ahem. We have with us here the flower, the guide, the legend, and Timaeus.
Why did you only say Timaeus' name? You should say my name too.
All right. We also have Clee.
That's me! With Klee here, this all somehow feels like we're getting ready for a field trip.
That is official.
There's nothing wrong with a more relaxed atmosphere, is there?
Albedo, have you figured out your answer?
Of course. We will soon see if my hypothesis has any merit.
Actually, I'm still feeling a little nervous.
Me too.
But weren't you all fired up just a moment ago?
Yeah, you're right. Okay, let's do this.
Actually, I'm a little worried too. Deep breaths. Deep breaths.
I know what you're feeling. Saying anything becomes so much harder when there are so many people watching.
Well, does anyone know the exact location of where we're headed, or should I do a reading on my scry glass?
According to the prophecy, once we figured out the answer, we should test it at the Lantern of Utmost Joy. Wait, but where is this lantern?
Oh, we know something about that.
I've already found out where it is.
What?
Perfect unison. You make up a story about how you discovered the location by divining the wind.
That's amazing. You really know how to do everything under the sun.
Then we'll let you lead the way.
Follow me.
This is it. We're off to find the sacred location of the Lantern of Utmost Joy. According to the map, it should be somewhere around here.
Let me take a look. Oh, it should be right up ahead.
I love you. Enjoy work.
Aww. I don't see any lanterns here. Now that I think about it, the prophecy didn't say anything about what the Lantern of Utmost Joy actually looks like, right? Maybe we've overlooked something?
Traveler, are you trying to figure out something else from the paper?
Exactly. Venti's note here says we should look up and seek the answer from the sky.
Paimon's reading too. Huh? It says to look up. But there's nothing above
Clouds?
us. The wind didn't trick us, did it?
The slip also says, now you should recite the incantation. Paimon, take a look at this.
Place the squirrel on the back of the pointy-eared cat, and a pious puppy will open the doors to show you the way. Huh. Paimon read the whole thing out loud, but nothing's happening.
Look! Look! The wind is blowing!
What a strong wind current. Let's ride it up and see where it leads us.
Does everyone have a wind
Huh?
glider?
We'll have to fly up there?
Yeah.
Can someone carry me with them?
Here.
Piggyback? Oh, whoa. Thank you for holding me.
This is the first time I've ever flown like this.
Wow. This is cool. This looks like it's Alice related. Flies him over the flower. Oh, it's true.
How did this little island get up here in
This looks like it was made by
Did somebody
Alice.
make it?
Just to be safe, I've been jotting down our entire route here. This way, no one will get lost.
There's only really one way down.
Thinking, Cully. Who would have thought we'd find this kind of table here? Weird. It's almost as if someone was holding a tea party.
It stinks of
I
Alice.
never would have guessed that such a place could exist. Right above Mondstadt, too.
Wow, look at that pretty lantern on the table. There's even a chair for each side of the
That does make me
lantern,
think of
too.
Lisa, though.
There seems to be something on the back of this chair. Let me have a closer look. Take your seat, present your answers, and you shall reach enlightenment. Well, as far as instructions go, I guess that's simple enough.
So we just need to do as it says, right?
Wait a second.
Hmm?
What is it, Albedo?
We'd better make sure this place is safe before taking our seats. Everyone, please stay clear for a moment.
Why are you going to test this? Everyone vigilantly watches as Albedo conducts a thorough investigation of the space.
All our questions and doubts aside, the scenery here is pretty amazing. It'd be impossible to feel stressed here.
How is everything, Albedo?
Everything seems to be fine. I didn't find any traps or suspicious mechanisms, but I also couldn't find any overt destructive devices.
What do you mean?
Well, it seems that wrong answers won't have any catastrophic consequences. Looks
There's
like
none.
we'll have to sit on these chairs and fulfill the prophecy. Everyone, I would like to suggest that we try some risky answers on our first attempt. Let's reserve our most confident answers for the second round.
I wonder
That
why.
sounds kind of smart. But why?
Ah, I get what he means. If we do as he says, then we may be able to figure out how the puzzle works.
I see. That makes a lot of sense.
Mona,
Clee is cute.
is there something wrong? You're not looking too good.
Oh, are you hungry? I brought some snacks.
Either.
Thank you for offering, Clee, but that's not quite it.
And when we don't even know what her mom
While
looks like.
Albedo was checking just now, I gave my scryglass a spin, hoping to find some information. But there's a strange aura to this place. It's almost as if someone has been staring at me.
Gotta
as
be
soon as we
Alice,
stepped foot in
surely.
here. But if nothing here has actually been physically tampered with, then no. Could that person be?
Or if it's Fancy watching them. Mona just shivered. Did she sense some kind of great power?
What do you mean, Mona? Who could it be?
Never mind. It's not like I've got any proof.
It's Alice or Fancy.
Don't leave us on the edge like this, Mona.
I'll just do what Albedo said.
Yes, let's test the hypothesis together, Clee.
Come on, join us, Mona.
Oh, all right.
Okay, then I'll answer the first question. If someone were to ask me to find a flower that is not of this world,
You can do it, Sucrose.
Go sit down first.
then I would fetch a tetragenic sweet flower.
All right, I'm up next. My part of the prophecy is to find a guide who will never get lost.
Kali, I hope you found your answer.
My answer is that I will be that guide. For a
Aww.
long time, I have been guided by others. It's taken me a while,
That's so sweet.
but I finally made it to where I am today. Although I still haven't made a name for myself, and I'm still quite immature, I would still like to put my name forward. Because I would like to become a guide that can help others. I want to help others the same way Amber, Master Tainari, Sino, and everyone else helped me. Now it's my turn to pass on the gift that I've been given.
Aww.
All right, it's up to me to answer the third part. I'll submit myself as one who would never lie. Although I've never really had any other virtues or talents, I'm confident that I've always been an honest person. I'd like to thank everyone, too, for giving me this opportunity to validate myself.
And last but not least, I will answer the final part of the prophecy. There's no
my
tale
little
more
friends.
befitting the title
There you
of
are.
a legend that never ends than our fates as human beings.
Alright.
Wait, the lantern just lit up! Whoa! All four sides of the lantern are glowing!
Huh? But
But all we did was submit a batch of test answers.
Kale, could I ask you to stand up for a second?
oh, all right.
Ah.
Huh? What's going on? Why is it lighting up regardless of who's sitting in the chair? Didn't it say we have to answer all the questions correctly?
It's pretty clear now, isn't it? We've just proven that there is no right answer for this prophecy.
No right
See,
answer?
I hate plain regardless
But
fair.
how could that be?
I didn't even know Sableye
Although
was
the
in Unite.
instructions had come from an old and enigmatic prophecy, it is in fact nothing like the ancient mechanism that we had all imagined it to be. I believe the lantern only serves as a simple signal.
And to think, I never expected you to actually find this place.
What? There's someone else here?
We meet again, traveler.
Hey, you're that Outlander we met the other day at Good Hunter!
It's all thanks to you that I was able to find this place. Good thing that you were too preoccupied with the prophecy to notice someone tailing you from the shadows.
Oh, is that so? Then why do I spy yet another person following in your shadow?
Wait, really?
There's no need for pleasantries. You should know I'm here for you.
Is it just because I'm a visitor from abroad?
I was there when you snuck your way into Marjorie's place.
So you had your eyes on me even then, huh? That was 2 whole weeks ago, you know.
It's hard not to notice you when I'm on duty every day.
All right. In that case, I'll admit it. I was the person who slipped this prophecy into the
Oh.
storybook.
Huh? But why? Then, does that mean this wasn't a real prophecy after all?
Don't worry. Even though you probably have plenty of reservations about me, you can be sure that the prophecy is genuine.
Okay,
In
sounds good,
fact,
Junie. I
many of you here
appreciate
today
you.
may have heard the code name of the one who left the prophecy to me. She hailed from an ancient assembly of powerful women, each of whom used a single letter to
Hexenzirkel?
signify themselves.
Who would have guessed? It seems that power was indeed left behind by the old hag after all.
Ah, so you're Beast student. It's an honor to meet you. I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Well, what are you talking about?
It's a long story, but I'm not quite sure that I'm the best person to tell it. Since you've all spent so much time and energy trying to decipher this prophecy, you must also be very interested in the secret behind this lantern, no? The lantern has already been lit. Now then, please allow me to disturb your happy peace.
Huh. Why did this little thing just light up? How strange.
That's Alice.
On the other side of the lantern. Can you hear me over there?
Mom?
Yep, Alice.
Oh, I hear many youthful voices.
Madam, I am Scarlet, the successor of Jay.
Oh, since we've last gathered, Jay's successor has already become so reckless and bold. Unbelievable.
Wait. Why are you talking just like the old hag?
Old hag? Who would dare say that? Is that Mona?
Who are you? Who dares imitate my master?
And what of imitation and mimicry? It has always been a fool's errand to mimic and learn from humanity.
Oh, it's Alice. I'm here too.
Mom, why are you trying to talk like other people?
So I see everyone's here. Well then, my warmest greetings, everyone.
Miss Alice, why would you...
Well, it's been many years since this lantern last lit up. You can't blame me for thinking that one of the old friends from my youth may have decided to catch up again.
Why she sounds
Yeah, I
so
don't know.
coy all of a sudden?
Also, Bona
And if
knows
I recall
Alice.
correctly, we left this lantern in the care of the Animo Archon Barbados. You must be commended for uncovering an artifact entrusted to the god of wind himself. Tell me, are you sitting around my beloved tea party table?
It's a really long table.
Oh, so you are. I suppose this means even the Animo Archon has granted you entry to this place. Was all of this Scarlet's doing?
Wait. Paimon's completely lost now. So what was this assembly you were talking about earlier?
Oh, Miss Alice, would it be all right to leave the explanation of that to you?
Well, you should be rewarded for making it all the way up here and activating the lantern. Now then, let me tell you a long and ancient story.
Oh, cutscene. Cutscene.
Ever heard of the hexenzirkel? As the spooky name suggests, it's a secret society. Once upon a time, it even challenged the Animo Archon himself. But he replied, "Let us make music, not war, and resolve our conflicts through song." From then on, the mages would only ever convene in the woods, in the skies, or on the edges of cliffs. At these tea parties, they discussed their stories and secrets and resolved their differences, as the tea and cakes bore witness to their pledge never to fight amongst themselves.
Yesterday, I snuffed out the life of my beloved. He had grown old and was extremely sick. He loved me dearly, so I took his fate in my hands and ended his pain.
I'm raising a son. Of all the children I had, he's the only one left. But I suppose that still makes me a mother.
My lifespan is nothing compared to yours, so I wish to leave you with my storybook. Actually, maybe you can pass it on to your children one day.
Oh, this looks interesting. Let me scry.
These voices.
My dear sisters, we mustn't let prophecies threaten our bonds of friendship. Even the most frightening witch was once a little girl, and growing up can be so tough. Sometimes we all need to vent our troubles to the wind. Even if the nations go to war, or the sky falls down, the mages' tea parties shall forever be held around this table.
Interesting.
So this is where the legendary mages held their meetings.
That's right. We often met here to chat and have tea.
Then, what about the part saying that if we light the lantern of utmost joy, we'd receive a supreme blessing?
About that. I never expected anyone other than Jay to actually read the full contents of that prophecy. It's a little embarrassing. The truth is, that prophecy was actually just a letter that we sent to Jay as a group the day before her wedding.
Oh.
So it was indeed written by all of you.
I must thank you for resisting the urge to immediately reveal the truth to everybody, Albedo. Knowing you, you probably figured out everything the moment you laid eyes on the message.
No, it took me a little longer than that.
A flower that is not of this world, a guide who will never get lost, one who would never lie, and a legend that never ends. These 4 descriptions signify 4 individual mages. When a member of the organization had to leave the group to spend the rest of her days with her beloved, the other mages would write down this prophecy and send it to her to invite her for a final get-together. A flower that is not of this world signifies, of course, flowers that do not naturally exist in this world. This is the signature of our full name, Rhindaughter, also known as Gold. If there's anyone in this world who could create a flower species that does not yet exist, It would
That's
be her.
Albedo's creator.
The guide who will never get lost is N, otherwise known as Nicole. You may not have encountered her yet, but she is a truly extraordinary woman who has made this world's direction and order her subject of study. Some of you may be fortunate enough to have already heard her voice. Like a prophetess, she will only speak to guide
the end of the
people
Sumeru
toward the truth
conquest?
when a change has occurred in the world. She has a tendency to suddenly speak in someone's mind without any warning.
Could she be the one who spoke to me while we were investigating Makoto?
If one day you would be unfortunate enough to run into a truly dangerous situation, she may use her voice to guide the way forward for you.
Who would have guessed that there are so many mysterious women in this world and that they would all know each other?
The one who would never lie is me. I hope no one would take offense. It's just that I, Alice, or A for short, have always had a soft spot for those with sincerity and candor. As for A Legend That Never Ends, you may not know M in person, but you've likely encountered one of her works. Have any of you ever read The Boar Princess?
Huh? I'm pretty sure every child in Mondstadt has read that book.
It's also one of my favorite stories. M was an exceptional human writer who used her prose to teach me the meaning of grief. Don't you think such a person would deserve a seat at the mage's table?
Paimon's getting more and more lost.
Shh, Paimon, we're getting lost.
It may sound hard to believe, but I can attest to everything that Alice has said. Jay was also a mortal who aged and passed on, leaving her title to her students and followers. Alice, you've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors. It's now been centuries since the first of us took on her mantle. I've always wanted to meet you.
Do you also want to become a mage?
Title aside, I think I'm more interested in the meaning and purpose of the hexenzirkel. I used to think that the hexenzirkel was a group of women who could control the very fate of this world. But now, I've seen for myself that besides Jay, many other ordinary people were also among you.
Do you think less of us now?
No, not at all. My interest has been piqued, and I'm now even more drawn towards the idea of becoming a mage.
You're right. I've never acknowledged any of Jay's successors, but you are different. You are much more fascinating than any of your predecessors.
Oh, has someone finally piqued Aunt Alice's interest?
Now is not a good time, Scarlet, but as soon as I am able, I will seek you out for a meeting. I want you to tell me all about Jay's married life back in her hometown.
So the mage who received the prophecy letter from all of you was Jay? She left the hexenzirkel after getting married?
Precisely. There was only one way the letter could have been interpreted. She would have known what we meant as soon as she saw the message. We were just asking one thing of her. Please come to see us again. Before you go and settle forever with your happiness, please come share some of it with your best friends and sisters.
So, the supreme blessing actually meant...
All journeys are fleeting and will eventually come to an end. What will give us the most fulfillment and happiness in the end are those who will greet us at our journey's destination.
So which one of the mages was known as Master?
I believe you can also understand what I am talking about. We women will always have many troubles and encounter pains and frustrations that will keep us up at night. But no matter how hard things may become, we will cross mountains and oceans to see our best friends again, regardless of how many years have passed or how far the distance may be. As long as we can be with our beloved friends, our hearts will be filled with joy. To us mages, that's what being supremely blessed is all about.
Oh.
I still don't get it, but I do know that all the mages are Mom's best friends.
If you ask how I see it, the hexenzirkel is just a group of ladies that I spent my youth with. Anyway, I'll introduce some of the other members to you all later. I still have a few things to attend to, so this will have to do for today.
Rosaria just left.
Bye, Mom. Todoko says bye, too.
Goodbye, darling. and farewell to all of our other friends as well. I'm sure we'll see each other again. Oh, now that I think of it, isn't it getting close to that time of year?
Yes, it's Windbloom again, Alice.
It's also a special anniversary date. I'm sure you still remember.
Yes, I do remember now. It was on this day many, many years ago that Jay tied the knot. Ah, just in time for the Festival of Love and Freedom. Everyone, please enjoy this year's Windbloom Festival to the fullest.
Alice's voice fades and the lantern grows dim. It is once again just a regular piece of decor. For a moment, everyone looks lost in thought, but soon chatter begins to fill the space again. Before long, everyone spreads their gliders to return to Mondstadt.
Whoa! Ah, Albedo! Why didn't you tell me we'd have to glide all the way back down?
How did you think we were gonna get, like, back to Mondstadt? This is a cute little area. I like this. I want these, like, furniture items. I've heard both theories.
Are you okay, Timaeus? Maybe you'd feel better if you just, let it out.
Well,
I'm fine. I'm just a little glider sick, that's all.
Isteroth.
You may want to look into getting your own gliding license when you have the time. It might prove helpful to you.
Okay. Sure thing.
It sounds like you've still got something on your mind. Why don't you tell us? We're all happy to listen.
Yeah, you only missed one letter.
It's nothing, really. It's just... Well, Alice's story was really interesting and romantic. I won't argue about that. But still, the whole thing wasn't quite what I was hoping for. Of course, I didn't actually expect the supreme blessing to be real, but...
Don't say that. None of this was your fault, Timaeus. Honestly, it's more on me for having agreed to be the Windbloom Festival Special Ambassador. Had I not asked for everyone's help...
If anything, it should be my fault for finding that prophecy.
Oh, no. I didn't mean to blame the two of you either. I just feel like this whole adventure didn't really end on a high note, and we also didn't really get anything out of it.
But I'd say we still learned something new.
Well, that aside, Timaeus, you still need to go to Liyue to apologize to Yinger, right? Do you want Kale and I to accompany you?
Oh, Miss Yinger. Well, I mean, I just really don't want her to get mad at me.
Why apologize?
Now
What
that
did
I've
you
come
do?
back to my senses, I really don't know what I should do.
Hey, you three? You may want to look over there.
You came to see him.
Miss Yinger?
Oh, so that's Miss Yinger? I've never met her before.
Yep, that's her. And she actually came all the way to Mondstadt.
I am so sorry, Miss Yinger. But how did you... I mean...
Are you so happy just to see me?
Of course I am. I'm so happy that, I don't, Sorry, I don't know what to say.
I was ready to give you a harsh scolding, but now that I've seen you like this, I suppose I could let you off the hook this time. You said you couldn't come to pick me up because of a very important matter, right?
Oh, okay. That's why he would have to apologize.
Of course, I had to come and find you instead.
It's faked by her. So true.
Should we go see how they're doing?
I wouldn't. You'll get hit by a forest boar if you interrupt a couple's romantic conversation.
I mean, they're not actually a couple, are they?
We'll just leave them alone then.
He's trying to woo her. They look quite happy. Maybe that's what Windbloom's all about. Their adventure has come to an end. Everyone bids farewell, and soon only a few people left standing by the crafting bench.
To see Timaeus find his happiness.
I have to say, I'm even more envious of you, Sucrose. You can be happy just to see others happy, and you gave me so much help without any expectations in return. Even though you said that we're very much alike, I still feel like you have a much bigger heart than I do.
But if you say that, then I'd say I'm also nowhere near as brave or tenacious as you. I guess we have the same amount of positive qualities. They're just spread over different parts of our personalities. I've never visited Sumeru, or made many friends from outside of Mondstadt. I'm happy just to have met and become your friend. Maybe I'll get shy and flustered when I meet other people I don't know in the future. But that's okay too. Since we are so alike, you probably get what I'm trying to say. You just need to believe that all of your issues aren't really issues at all.
But isn't it too late now for me to learn to accept myself?
Well... Do you know anything about the blooming cycles of Cecilius?
I may have read about that in a book before.
That's a topic that my parents used to talk about back when they were still dating. Surprising, right? To think that people would talk about that while on a date. My mom brought it up at dinner one time last month. She called my dad the most boring man she knew, and said that he even turned up late to a date once. All with a smile on her face. But she also said that learning is just another part of life. It's never too late to start something, as long as you recognize that it's something good for you to do. Why don't you give it a try, Kale?
Okay, I'll try my best.
They're really having a great conversation. Paimon can't even find a moment to join in.
Wow. Well, isn't it great that they're getting along so well?
I nearly forgot. This is for you.
This texture. Are these seeds?
Yep. I believe I mentioned my sweet flower research to you before. These are the seeds of the sweet flower cultivars that I've worked on. It's nothing too special, but they're the best cultivars that I've made. So, I really hope that you'll like them. They're super sweet and easy to grow and keep. I'm also submitting them as my wind blooms for this year. I wish that the Animo Archon could also see how lovely they are.
Thank you. I'll plant them in the Avidia forest and take good care of them.
Kale, please take these notes with you. I've heard that you've been working hard on your studies, so I've prepared some study materials for you at Sucrose's request. Feel free to look through them whenever you can find the time. Mondstadt's doors will always remain open to you.
Thank you so much. Really, I don't know what to say. I'm just really happy.
Sucrose, now's your chance. Didn't you want to collect a breath of joy?
Oh yeah, can you just breathe into this test tube
You're
for
right.
me?
I almost forgot. Kale, can you exhale once into this test tube? I will save this breath of joy and use it in my research.
Oh, really? May I?
Of course.
Kale exhales into Sucrose's test tube and the fluid turns a deep violet. A small sparkling cloud then puffs out of the test tube and rises into the air like a marshmallow before it's taken away by the wind.
Huh? What was that?
It was like a little cloud of happiness, but now it flew away.
Well, luckily there's still some breath left in the test tube. I'll seal it up for now. I'll keep working on it and let you know as soon as I have any breakthroughs in my research.
Yeah, you can write to me. I'll be sure to respond as soon as I receive your letter.
Oh, it looks like you found a new pen pal. Master Tignari, Sino.
If your friendship was forged in a test tube, does that make you test friends forever?
That's it. I think you've ruined Sumeru's reputation in Mondstadt beyond all hope of repair.
All that matters is that I've enjoyed Mondstadt immensely. The dragon here possesses a majestic form.
Oh, that reminds me. Traveler, this card back is for you.
Wait, for me?
Cyno wanted you to have one for yourself. If I had to guess, I'd say he probably wants you to use it if you challenge him to a duel.
I'm a master of the game. Do you dare challenge me?
Can you believe this guy? Let's knock him off his high horse.
It's time to duel.
Wait! I've got something to give you, too.
Huh? Kali has a gift for us?
Yeah! I figured I should follow local Mondstadt customs and prepared a few small things themed after the Windbloom Festival.
Aw, cute.
I made these bookmarks from sumeru roses at the hotel. I want to give them to Amber, Master Tighnari, and Cyno. During Windbloom, Mondstadters offer flowers to the people most important to them. You three are family to me.
But Tighnari said that we're not anything like an academic family. He wouldn't write joint papers with us.
How dare you? In this case, we can consider ourselves as regular siblings, and that should be just fine.
I agree. Oh, and here are some Padisara seeds as well. These are for the Traveler, Paimon, and everyone else from Mondstadt.
Whoa, are these really for us?
Thank you. We really appreciate it.
So, are these your chosen Windblooms? Mm-hmm, one of them. Both Padisaras and sumeru roses are my Windblooms. Although they're not native to Mondstadt, they are the flowers that can best express my feelings. I want to give them to the people I feel thankful for. To those who I wish to accompany as we greet more seasons and future Windblooms together. The real blessing in life is when you are surrounded by people who you'd miss day and night, and who you'd want to see even if that meant crossing mountains and oceans to do so. I'm so happy to hear you say that. Sucrose, do you see that cloud over there? Huh? Doesn't it look just like your test tube?
Aww. Cute. Yeah, we didn't see Jean or Fischl at all in this quest, which was kind of weird to me. Like, we saw everyone else from Mondstadt. But nothing from... Oh, we didn't see Kaya either, actually. Although I guess we saw Kaya in the Archon quest, but... Oh, D-Luke, yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know, I just expected to see Jean. Or Barbara. God damn it, okay, fine. I'm wrong. Can the guild really manage this amount of work? Ah, Traveler. My apologies for not noticing you sooner. I had some guild affairs on my mind. You must be here in Mondstadt for the Windbloom Festival, I presume. You're just in time. The guild has just come up with a little game. A guaranteed romp, Ayo, with prizes to be won. How about it? Want to give it a go? Let me introduce this little game to you first. The person who designed it calls it floral chess. He said that his inspiration came from the billowing petals and the wind that pursues them. And the game is meant to imitate the romanticism of pursuing these flower petals. That's quite the story. Well, this inventor is a bard, so he has more of, you know, an imagination. Basically, when you're playing this form of chess, you need to collect as many bloom balloons within the chessboard as possible. You'll have to avoid various obstacles in the process, and there'll be some tools on hand to lend you some support. That fellow even wrote an entire manual for this game, which I'll let you have a look at later. If you're interested, you're welcome to play. Remember, prizes are guaranteed just for participating. After the Floral Pursuit Challenge begins, you must constantly collect bloom balloons to increase your score. I think it's weird how they described it as chess, but okay. The next area will unlock only after you've collected a specific number of bloom balloons. After you've collected a specific number of bloom balloons in the final area, a ring of pursuit will appear and you can touch it to end this challenge. Ersatz balloons will pursue you within the challenge area. You must avoid the Ersatz balloons. Oh, this is Pac-Man, not chess. If you are caught by one such balloon, you will lose one pursuit point and you'll be returned to the start point of this area. Bloom balloons and Ersatz balloons will both be displayed on the minimap in the top left corner. You can adjust the display size of the minimap and its rotation. You can join co-op mode as a single player. If you're already in co-op mode, you can invite a player from your party to play together. Okay. What do you think? Care to have a game of floral chess? I'll give it a go. It's not really floral chess, is it? It's like not even close to chess. I'm creating a team for like maximum speed. You have to understand this is the strat. Using Gale Blessings can help charge up the Ursat's Dispeller skill. After using Ursat's Dispeller, you'll be able to destroy all Ursat's balloons you touch for 7 seconds. After collecting a Gather Blessing, your collection range for balloons will be expanded for 10 seconds. Oh yeah, Mona can't even- oh god. Wait, what? Okay.
Take it easy.
I didn't know what that did. I'm not here. Okay, good. I'm getting all the balloons if it kills me. Uh-oh.
Take it easy.
Oh my god, they're moving.
Take it easy.
Oh. Hey. Oh my god, these look scary. I want to grab all the balloons. There we go. Defeated that. Ah! Fuck. I tried to grab the thing. Man. Oh my god, they're both chasing me. Ah! Oh my god. What do you mean not yet available? Ah! Fuck. This is hard. Motherfuck. It's crunchy again? I swear to God. Ah! my god, how did it not get me? Fuck. I don't know what world this is floral chess. Wait, where's the new... What? Huh? How do you get up? Oh, over here? I was like, what the fuck? Oh, what the hell? I guess. Oh my fucking god, what the fuck? Okay. Be gone, foul demon! Oh, it just basically took me to the back? That's interesting. No, I want... Thank you. Oh, this is making me go faster. I kind of like that. Got 'em, boys. Ah, fuck. That scared me. I'm no longer trying to get all of them. I'm just trying to get out alive. I don't understand why they call it floral chess. That makes no fucking sense to me. In this challenge, shifting the positions of some bookcases will open or close some additional paths. Be gone! Oh, I didn't... for some reason I thought that was another balloon. Well, shit. I probably wasted that, but oh well. Wait, oh. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh, I missed. Oh wait, no. That... I fucked it up. There we go. Oh wait. I'm dumb. It's fine. Leave me alone! Ah! Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, where's the... what? Oh, this one. Oh, oh no. That's not what I want. Oh, I see. Okay. Ah! Oh, oh god. Got him! Let's go. I love the going speedier. Nice. Okay, I think we did that. E. Right? Some areas of the challenge will be in a darkened state. After activating the light sources for these areas, brightness will return and new bloom balloons will appear. Why are we doing the fail noise? Exactly? They said what they said? Damn, okay. Wait, where am I going? Oh my god, what? You were going for a jump scare? Oh. Nah. Oh, can go multiple ways. Aw, that's a really nice fortune. Uh-oh. Oh no, I don't have a... Fuck. I thought I had a thing. Okay, it's fine. Probably. Oh. Be gone, foul demon! Oh! Oh no no no! No 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 no. Uh-oh. Let me in! You can't see me. Uh-oh. How do I turn the light on? Oh, it's here. Fuck. At least the light's on now. Gotcha. Come here. Yee, we did it. Gotcha. Need to get 5,500 again. Oh, there's still like these same cups from like Alice's tea party thing. Oh my god. Everything moves fast! Okay. Grab this. Oh, what's in there? Nothing. Okay. Gotcha. Let's go destroy you. No, come back. Come back. Thank you. Okay, we got everything in here. I'm down if you are. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no, nothing. Okay, you're right. Ooh. Where is it? So, yeah. Fucking get wrecked. Got him. Finally realized that it's easier if you just go through and like kill everything. Imagine that. Wait. I probably should have turned down the audio, really, huh? Okay, okay. Go through life killing everything. Ayo. I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running, I'm running. Come here. Oh. Get fucking wrecked, lad. Oh! I thought I still had a thingy active. I don't know why I thought that, but I did. Traveler, please wait. What event have you got going on here? An event? No, I have neither the energy nor ability for something like that. I'm merely someone interested in photo taking. I even had someone get me a camera and took a great many pictures with it. The people at the guild seemed to really like the pictures I took. Cyrus even said that we could turn them into books and give them out as souvenirs. Well, you know what? Since it's Windbloom Festival, Cyrus requested that I go around Mondstadt and take various pictures related to the festival. He's planning on putting them together into a commemorative album to be given out to the adventurers in the guild as mementos. But Mondstadt's a big place with lots of photo-taking spots, and I'm just one person. The other adventurers are also out on their own errands and won't have any time to help. I know that a festival isn't really the right time to be asking around for help, but please, Traveller, I heard that you're a dab hand at the camera, so please help me out. Where'd you hear that about me? Well, some other, like, what the fuck did you hear? Well, some other adventurers in the guild told me so. There's quite a few camera enthusiasts amongst them. We've even been thinking of starting a camera club, but we're not sure if Cyrus would approve. Anyway, Traveller, in that case, allow me to formally request your help in going around Mondstadt to take pictures using your camera. Ah yes, why don't you use this camera to take your photos? I maintain it regularly, so it runs very smoothly. I mean, it takes a good camera to take good pictures, wouldn't you say? Not necessarily. I'll be counting on you then. The pictures just need to be related to the Windbloom Festival. Otherwise, there are no particular restrictions on their content. As for the reward, you don't need to worry. I'll follow the usual guild regulations. You won't be working for free. Now, I'll need to sort the pictures here into categories. Okay. Welcome to Mondstadt. First up, of course, is a photo of the main gate of Mondstadt City. Do remember to go take a photo from the main gate and to keep the photo taking point right in your sights. You know, the bouquets, the carpets, the floral terraces. Take a good picture of all of them. Oh, cute. Angle must span one photo taking point, must include the character between 8 and 5. You must equip your camera and interact with the photo taking points to enter photo taking mode. The process is split into an adjustment phase where you determine the photo settings and a photo taking phase in which you can move and use your skills. During the adjustment phase, you need to first select your camera settings and then proceed to adjust the position and angle of the photo. Take note that the photo taking points must be within the camera frame. Once you've confirmed your settings, it's time to move on to the photo taking phase. During the photo taking phase, the angle of the finalized image will be decided by the settings you adjusted previously. During the photo taking process, the direction of the shoot will be indicated by the reflector beam. If you wish to adjust your camera settings again, you can tap pause challenge and return to your preset, thus starting the setting adjustment process over again. Once you have finished taking a photo, if you wish to continue taking pictures using the current settings, you can tap keep taking photos to return to the photo taking phase. Okay. They really do over-explain things sometimes. I kind of like this shot. I see. Okay, enter. Where's the... oh, it's here. And then, wait, what button do I press? Oh, I just pressed the Z. Can you fuck off, my dude? Okay. Cute. Not bad, you've chosen an excellent angle. Let's put this one on the cover. Happy Windbloom Festival. During the Windbloom Festival, the square will be packed with people, but at the same time, it would feel like something was missing if we did not take a picture of the people who have come to take part. I guess that's what they call the festive atmosphere. Think of the character must be from Mondstadt. Okay. Oh, what the fuck? The way she looks like that. Cute. Let's see. Whoa, this place has an amazing view. I need to go take a few pictures myself. Yeah, why aren't you doing that, my guy? Windbloom Leisure. Why did I say leisure? It's leisure. Anyway. What? You want to take a photo of us? I don't think that's necessary. I'm not a very photogenic character, you know? Take a picture of Lizzie or something. Or maybe Plowen. But if you really... He'd be Plowen. But if you really must take a picture of me, then let me finish striking a pose first, wouldn't you? Must use an elemental skill when the picture is taken. What? Oh, I pressed the wrong button. I'm so smart. Perfect, no notes. I told you I'm not very photogenic, so no thanks. I know it's past the festivities, but please, I'm too embarrassed to look. Inside Dada Upa. If you want me to identify the part of Mondstadt's wilds I consider the most concerning, that's gotta be Dada Upa Gorge. Not only do many hilly churls gather there, but someone also stuck all those swords into the ground in the middle of the valley. If you don't mind, traveller, could you help me take a photo of that place? Whoops, that sounded a bit too much like a commission. But either way, I'm counting on you. Eh? That still sounds like a commission, you say? Dumbass. Oh, character must wield the power of pyro. Let's use Ms. Yanfei. Close enough. I thought it would look cool, not that it would obscure the entire thing. Oh, this is wonderful. Thank you, traveller. I'll be giving you compensation as per the guild's rules. I was just kidding. This isn't a commission from the guild or anything, but thank you anyway. Stormterror's Lair. Have you heard of Stormterror's Lair? They say that the place really has a sense of atmosphere to it, and there's also rumours that it plays host to a huge dragon. If you could get lucky and get a shot of that creature... Well, I mean, your personal safety takes priority, of course, so do be careful all the same. Normal or charge attack when the picture is taken. Nice. It's just like they said. What a magnificent structure. Perhaps I should go see it with my own eyes. Yeah, maybe I should, bucko. Amidst the wind blooms. If we didn't take a picture of Mondstadt as a whole on such a grand occasion, that would be a mighty great waste. I know a place from which you can see the entire city. Give me a moment to mark it out on your map. Oh, Whispering Woods. Cool. Oh, cool. Mondstadt looks so lively during the Windbloom Festival, all thanks to everyone's hard work. Alright, I need to keep my spirits up and keep working on these pictures. I'm the only one working on these pictures! What the fuck do you mean? The Snowy Path. Cyrus has told me many times not to just go rushing headlong to Dragonspine. But seriously, there are all sorts of beautiful sights to be seen there. I've only been able to take pictures of it from afar. Perhaps I should bring some friends along with me next time. Maybe Cyrus will agree then. Okay. Dragonspine doesn't look half as dangerous as Cyrus made it out to be. Huh? There are monsters hiding in the shadows and it's so cold you could get frozen in place? Really? You're not lying, are you? Well... Deep in the snow. Cyrus still tells me to stay away from Dragonspine, even though I've made every possible preparation. Oh, the spot I've marked this time is supposed to give you a panorama of the entire mountain. I'm counting on you. Character and idle animation. Oh, okay. Shinobu! Is this the panoramic view of Dragonspine? It's impressive indeed. It looks really dangerous too. I should probably make some adjustments to my planned photo trip. Cyrus is never gonna let you go. Wormrest Valley. Wormrest Valley? A worm? I don't see one anywhere. Never mind. Either way, I've heard that the view there is pretty good, and that such pictures do well in picture collections. So, please and thank you, traveller. As for me, I need to engage in some friendly discussions with Cyrus, for myself and a few other adventurers, to be allowed to visit Dragonspine together and take some photos ourselves. We must wield the power of Pyro. I'll bring Ms. Hutao. I do not want to fight you. That's funny. Works? Nope, no worms at all, but that's fine. The photo you took is nice enough. I'm sure Cyrus would love it too. Well, that about wraps it up for today. I hope you enjoyed. That was a really fun end to the story. I loved getting all the hexenzirkel lore. It's always really fun to hear from Alice. The prophecy was kind of a debate, I guess, but that's all part of how the hexenzirkel operates, I suppose. I also really enjoyed the minigames from this event, even though I still don't understand how the Pac-Man event was floral chess, but that's neither here nor there. Next episode, we will be wrapping up this Windbloom adventure, tackling the rhythm game event. I couldn't fit it in this episode, so I hope you will stay tuned for that. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.